the frame of reference is understand the law, follow the law. When somebody makes a mistake, we have got to follow so many laws that when somebody slips, not physically, but metaphorically slips and makes a mistake, we have to get rid of them. Absolutely, and we got to take it to the nth degree because we've got the bandwidth and we've got the horsepower and we've got the to do so. And rent control, again, well intended, but rent control can create ginormous distortions in market rent and actual rent. So when rent control is able to constrain the rent on a tenant for 20 years, I see buildings all the time where the rent that is being collected is less than half of what the market rent would be. And we're talking that's $1,000 a month. And if you extrapolate that over an entire portfolio, even if it's one building, if you're just a mom and pop, that $1,000 and you got two tenants that are doing that, that's $2,000 a month. And all your expenses are the same. So anytime you've got upside in your rents, for the most part, all of that income, that's all the profit. Those differences between the market rent and the actual rent, that's all off the top. That's all profit margin. And so it makes it very hard to run a sort of like very humanistic, relationship based business with your tenants when you've got this regulatory environment that's created a cat and mouse dynamic where it's like, well, if you don't do all these things, then you can't collect the rent. And if you don't do all these things, then you can't like enforce the rents. And therefore, when an opportunity presents itself, you have to do it. It doesn't matter if you have a relationship with that party. You have to do it because it's your one chance to capitalize on that moment. And it totally dehumanizes the process. And it's very, very frustrating. And again, well intended. I see value in rent control, but it's so regulated at this point, it makes it very hard for a mom and pop to operate. And it creates a us and them type of dynamic and totally undoes the sort of the mom and pop orientation toward wanting to own something, provide a service, provide some housing, provide a passive income. It makes it practically impossible. We have 40,000 homeless people in LA County, and that may be LA City. And we have, as a city, and I've been involved in a number of these projects that are attempting, and organizations that are attempting to provide housing, really well-intended, very, very good people, by and large, that are working to address the homeless crisis in Los Angeles. And so, I have thoughts on how to address this, and I want to be conscientious of all the people that are involved that are doing really, really good work. But the regulatory environment that we are in right now is making a mockery of the efforts of well-intended people that are trying to, work toward a solution. And the way that our policies and politics are framing the problem is really creating a dynamic that's us and them, us versus them, and the folks that are working to end homelessness. Some of them, and again, the dynamic is not well framed.